Good evening, my dear 162 and Southland parents. Thank you for giving me a few minutes of your time. I think that we're all in agreement that we're happy that 2020 is gone and very much looking forward to 2021. But a couple of things happened in 2020. First of all, the progress of our instruction in terms of the one-to-one format was interrupted. And we went, as most of the school districts did, to 100% remote. Our teachers have done a wonderful job, and I think I've told you that over time, with remote. But remote instruction is not for all children, and you're well aware of that. And so we've been monitoring the positivity rate, monitoring the hospitalization rate in our area, and we accessed a site that we hitherto had not had an opportunity to engage in, and that is a site that is sponsored by Northwestern University Hospitals, where we can put in all of the zip codes of our children, in other words, our families, and they will give us the exact positivity rate in our particular area. We always knew, and we see every night, the positivity rate in the state. We know from the papers and from other sources what it is in Region 10, but we don't know specifically about our area, the Madison, the Richton, the Park Forest, etc. So we've been monitoring that, and the good news is, and we do need some good news. We need some good news. The good news is that we see a drop and a kind of a stabilization even. We anticipated that there would be a surge after the Christmas holidays. I do believe that in our community we were careful. I see a number of parents, tons of students coming into the building for whatever reason, and everyone is masked. We're trying to be very, very careful. So it did not surprise me that in the Ridge Township area, the positivity rate has gone down consistently, even with the impact of people traveling during the Christmas holidays and all the other things that are going on in our world. Ridge Township is one thing. Ridge Township is all of Southland, because we do have a few students that live in a little area in Chicago Heights. There are 4 students that live in Tinley Park. In other words, the Southland attendance area is the same as the Ridge High Schools. And so last night when we sat down and we took a look at this, we are fluctuating between 8.38 and 8.50 in the Southland area. In 162, because that's a smaller subset, you're well aware that Ridge Township is 160, 162, 159, and 163. So just looking at us, 162, we're actually 6.38 in terms of our positivity rate. Now, the question I'm sure you're asking, is the virus going away? And the answer is no. We know that. It's not going away. It's out there. But it means that in our area, we don't have as many people who have been, we don't have as many people and families that have encountered and have a positive diagnosis. That's what it really means when you say the positivity rate. But what also is interesting is we have fewer people in the ICUs, and it's good news for me because it's time for us to open. And so my reason this evening, although most of this information will be posted on our website, on Tuesday, January 19th, Southland will open, actually for the first time this school year, on the hybrid. We have 94 children who are in Category A, and we have 97 who are in Category B. The numbers are low. As you know, we're a sizable school now, and It is possible for us to come in mask. Certainly we'll be taking temperatures, but what is more important, it's possible for us to social distance, because I think that's the key to everything, that we're not so close together. I know we miss the opportunity to shake hands. I haven't had a hug in so long, I don't even know how one feels. But the issue is that we feel that we're capable of making sure that our children and our teachers and everyone else that enter into our environment are safe. And so on Tuesday, January 19th, Southland will open. You will receive bulletins and information. Our buses will run. We're ready. It's a good thing, and it's time. And then on Monday, January 25th, the largest of the elementary districts in the township will open, and that is 162. We needed a little bit more time in terms of notification, because these are our younger children, and so we wanted to at least give you almost 2 weeks before we open. And you know that 162 is a little different. The Richton Square that houses our 3 and 4-year-olds is going to be 5 days a week, half day every day. That's what the parents and the teachers want. That is absolutely no problem. The rest of the schools will operate on an A and B schedule, and on Friday, Southland and 162, with the exception of Richton Square, will be on remote. Everyone keeps their technology, because that off day, the teachers will be communicating with the students via Chromebooks, laptops, iPads, depending upon the nature of the technology. But we know also that some of you do not want your children, are not comfortable. I don't say that don't want it, but you're not comfortable with your children coming back to school. The numbers in 162 also are low. Some are very low. Indiana, 31 children on A days, 27 children on B day. Because all of the children are not in-house at one time, we feel confident in our ability to keep them safe. One thing we're going to ask you to do, and that is to make sure that your children are in compliance. If medically, if they're coming back into the building, if they're going to take advantage of face-to-face instruction, then they do have to be up to date in terms of their medical examinations and in terms of their shots. On our website, we have our complete plan. We've been planning and planning and planning, and now it's time to implement. It will be a year soon. March 16th was when the governor made that declaration that we would close. I have confidence in his wisdom, but I also know that all of our children are not learning using this technique called remote instruction. But we will continue to do everything that we can. You're aware that we just sent iPads to our 3 and 4-year-olds. Plans as we go forward would be to replace some of the laptops with Chromebooks, which seems to be what our technology director and his assistant are recommending. I think that the landscape, our world, will change, and we will be dependent upon technology for some time to come. You may have another question. What about the vaccine? We, and I count myself in the we, teachers are in category 1B, but we have been informed that unless President-elect Biden is going to distribute to 100 million of us the one single vaccine, which only means that you're 40 or 50% protected from this, that it probably is going to be the last part of March, perhaps even April, when in fact we're able to receive vaccines. Something that's of concern to me, the district did hire a doctor, and we will continue to partner with him to give flu shots. And so we offered flu shots to all 492 of our employees. Only 60% of them decided to take them. My question in my mind, and you should begin to think about it also, what happens to us as a school district and as a country if we're never able to get what they're calling herd immunity? I absolutely am going to take it. If I was not talking to you, I would have my mask on. Actually, it doesn't bother me anymore. I have worn the mask so long, and I'm comfortable with it. I think it's the reason that I've not had the flu or a cold, but we have never closed, and we've been here since March 16th. And let me say this, if you're thinking about the buildings and our environment, we have not had one case of a positive diagnosis where anything was traced back, and we do contact tracing from anyone within our family. And I think that's important. I think we've been as careful as we can be, and I'm not telling you that everyone is doing what they're supposed to be, but I am telling you that we are obeying the safety regulations. Everyone is masked. The children will come in. But you know what I noticed? For Christmas, 150 of the Southland students came in. I noticed their happiness, their faces, but I also noticed not one child ever removed their mask. If you watch that whole presentation, you know that they even performed in their mask. Now there are masks for students who are in band and dance, etc. But it's not unique to fine arts. What I'm trying to tell you is that I know that many of our students miss the school environment. I know we miss them. But they understand because they're told by you, because they're into social media, because they know what is right. Our students and our community is trying to be very, very careful. But we're going back to school. We're going back to school. On the website, we will remind you of the dates, but this coming Tuesday, the day after Martin Luther King's birthday, Southland will open to all students whose parents have decided that they want in-person education. We will be providing bus transportation, and then the following week, on Monday, January 25th, Madison 162 will open. I'm taking a breath because I've been hopeful, but I'm not Pollyannish. I knew we had to fight this through, and it gives me great comfort to see in our area that people are doing the right thing because our positivity rates are coming down, down, down. Also on the website, so that you can see them, we will post that information, but we will also give you the link so that you can look at it yourselves. You can even put in your particular suburb, Olympia Fields or Park Forest or whatever, and see specifically what is the case in that area. But it's time. We're not actually educating students just to get a high school diploma. What we're doing is looking to the future, thinking past this current period of time. And we know that we have problems in our country in a lot of areas right now. We have problems. But the future of our children, we as adults will fight past this. We will make it possible for them to go to the colleges that they want to go to. We will make it possible for them to have the careers that they want to. This is our responsibility. It's not the responsibility of our children. And so we're opening, and I'm happy about that. And so we will be welcoming the children back with some kind of food to let them know that there is happiness. We'll be cautious. We're obeying all of the guidelines, and it will be good. It will be good. But it certainly is time. Thank you for allowing me to come into your homes and bring you this message. And of course, we will continue to communicate. Stay safe and have a good evening.